Hello and welcome back to the morning commute. How's everyone doing today? It is, according to the dash, a cool 68 degrees outside, Jeanette. And we are headed eastbound on the 202 to the 10, and then we'll head into Central Phoenix. Traffic's looking pretty good right now. I am starving. Yesterday I made a breakfast burrito for myself. The missus made a bowl of hers. She's trying not to have as much bread. And then for lunch we went to have some Thai food because we didn't pack anything. I know that's not a good excuse, but that's what we're using right now. And it's good to just spend some time together. Oh, so for dinner, we didn't take anything out. I thought about making some potatoes with corned beef, but we didn't have any corned beef. And so we kind of just moped around for a while, and then finally ended up getting some fried chicken and sides from Safeway. This morning I got up at my usual time. I was sleeping hard too, and I was thought about just hitting the alarm or the snooze button, but I just got up and then I hopped in the shower and I started the potatoes and Spam, and then continued to get ready, and then I whipped up a burrito and put a lot of cheese in there. It's a good sized burrito, but I think I might have tore the bread a little bit more than usual, so I'm probably going to have to take my time crunching that down when I get to work. And then the missus will probably make a bowl for herself. But I did get me a nice cup of joe. My first one. So let's have some coffee, guys. Let's have some coffee and maybe talk about the weather. There's a lot of people whose crops are starting to come out, and that's good. It's nice that when we went home this last time, we saw all the fields all ready for some growth, and some people were still planting, some were already done, and I was so thankful to see the several rows of beans, and then the corn in the backfield, and then the front. Last year we gave it a break, let it rest, and so this year that whole front is planted because we need to replenish our stock. Sometimes, well, we keep them in the bins, those metal tin bins, and sometimes people will come by and they'll maybe barter or whatever for some corn. But we're running low, so let's hope we gotta get a really good crop this year because we really need it. You know, a long time ago, that area down below used to be dedicated to beans, and the corn was in a different location across north of the I would say north, a little northeast of the healthcare center. And so over the years we haven't really had much luck with beans. I know several years back we tried sized field. It's not like gigantic, and it's below, kind of like in a little wash or something. Not really a wash, but it's in a dip, and that's usually just all beans. And then I'm trying to think who else has a pretty good sized crop of beans. But yeah, it's nice to have some beans and seeds to replenish. It's also very cool that the beans and corn that we have just been there. There's been no fertilizers like any kind of the chemicals, and they're not genetically modified. It's all natural, been passed down for years. So it's almost Friday. I don't know what everyone's doing this weekend. If you're going to be working in the yard or celebrating a graduation, cleaning your classrooms, getting ready for the summer break. I think for us, we'll be at home, just chilling. I was supposed to pull the transmission pan, and check to see if the filter's in there properly. But I don't know if it behaves well enough. I'll probably just kind of continue to monitor it, and I need to check the level again after work when it's nice and hot. But yeah, that was the plan. I'm not sure what I'll work on. I'm switching the buyhopi.com site from a manually coded site using Visual Studio VS Code to a WordPress site. I kind of just needed to make it user friendly, and I'm trying to find some artists who want to volunteer, or any Hopis that want to volunteer, and just help with the design concept and now I'm trying to figure out how some of the artists would like to see their work on there. And it's all free. I'm willing to show them how to edit a basic website. Not really any kind of design or programming or having special software to edit and upload. And so I hope we get some feedback because it's going to be interesting. And I hope we can find a nice theme that's going to be welcoming to our visitors, and hopefully really get a lot of the people that are interested in art, Hopi art, clothing, jewelry, to kind of get immersed and then try to make connections when they're either coming through or they planned a week-long visit, or they're maybe staying out there working or something. Or maybe it's somebody local that just wants to make sure that they have Christmas cards, birthday cards, or they have gifts for upcoming birthdays. So yeah, check it out, buyhopi.com, and let us know if you want to participate. It's open to everybody and it's free. No experience needed, and we'll figure out a way to get everybody's artwork displayed and with proper contact information so they can get some business. Because we got to buy Hopi, especially with like all the stuff in the news about prices going up for Christmas, and there's artists in there that have shirts. They can do bedding, belts, like the Hopi belts. They do dresses, kitchenware, stuff like that. So check it out, and let's try to maybe support our artist and maybe pick some gifts for Christmas from the Hopi. Alright, you guys have a great day. Be safe, and thanks for tuning in. It's a pretty good commute so far. I still haven't gotten my shocks or struts, but that's okay. I'll just bounce around a little bit more. It's no big deal. All in due time. So take care, everyone. Thank you. Have a great day.